I'm going to do the whole thing again because I've already said that bit around them not inviting me. Yeah. Yeah. Get upset about it. I just told my team that we're filming a docu-series of running the campaign and that you were here filming me looking at the first draft of what we filmed last week, and they're a bit like, okay, love yourself much. It is slightly surreal, but it's really important for me to do this because politics is so opaque at the best of times. I want to show people what it takes to run. I want to break down the myths, the barriers, that anyone, regardless of what the campaign is, it could be for a local councillor, it could be for an MP, they can see exactly what you need to do. I love what you've captured, and it's also really interesting looking back at the day, having the Purpose Summit as a space to announce my campaign and then going back into my working day, having board meetings, Vanessa coming round, talking about the Evening Standard article with her and all of our hopes, fears, dreams. You've captured it so well. And I hope people watch this and see that this is real. This is my real life, and I'm trying to offer up some insight in an honest, authentic way. Lots of people have asked me, am I going to continue doing everything that I do, being the co-CEO of Blue, being the Chancellor of the University of Westminster, sit on boards and still run for Mayor of London? And the answer is yes. Everything that I do, I love. I'm really privileged to have built a career that means that I can wake up every single day, make a difference in the lives of others, run a business that gives 100% of its net profits away, and really feel like in my day-to-day business life, I am proving that there is a better way to do business. And this is what I want to bring to being the Mayor of London. I want to create a GLA, a City Hall, a mayoralty that really doubles down on what does it mean to run a city in a best-in-class way. And some people won't like that. Some people will say that, that's too hard, that's too business, but that's what we're lacking. I'm here in East London, and it's actually quite serendipitous because I used to be based in this building, my first company. And I remember the buzz of when this area was sort of coming into its own and hotels are moving in and cool restaurants are moving in. And I love that. I love the buzz of business and entrepreneurship and small business owners setting up an idea that they had in their head and it coming to fruition. And that for me is the heartbeat of so much of London, whether you think about culture or arts or music or just grabbing a great coffee. That's the vibe that I talk about when I say London had a vibe. And it just feels like post-COVID, it's been decimated. And we need a recovery plan that's going to enable businesses to get back to where they were pre-pandemic, but then also think about growth. What does it mean to have a London that has an inclusive economy? What does it mean to have a London where people have jobs that pay them not just a living wage, but a wage that means they live a good quality of life? And what does it mean to have a London where you can walk down the street and feel safe? There's so much that we can tackle. It's the role of the mayor to make that difference. It's the role of the mayor to think about how they create a London that works for everyone. Slightly frustrated at the moment. The Centre for London hosted a hustings last week and they had the 4 main party candidates there, but didn't think to invite the only independent, i.e. me. I know it's an uphill battle to get people to know that I'm here, but if we don't get a balance spread across more candidates than just the 4 main parties, the conversation stays the same. It's only 4 weeks in. We've got more time to go. I need to get more organisations to make sure that they've got a full list of hustings candidates.
Hello. Cheers. It's the first official day.
It feels good to have that information. So to answer the key question, the election is definitely the 2nd of May, which we knew, but it's there, it's written. I need 330 signatures
from boroughs in the City of London. So that's 10 signatures from every borough in London, and then 10 from the City of London. And so that bit slightly fills me with fear, just because the window, well, now we know the window for doing it is really small. Whereas before I thought I could download the form and get people signing it. But actually it's like 15 days to get the forms, get them signed, get them together and make sure they're all correct. Seeing the other people in the room was also really interesting. That was the least diverse room I've been in for a while.
It really looked like what Parliament looks like, not very diverse. So it felt good to be in the room, knowing that you're representing what we like.
I think the key thing for me was we've been having a conversation about being an agent for a while. Can't run without having an agent. So what are you thinking?
Absolutely. You need somebody that's going to keep you on track, for sure.
I keep myself on track.
Lady. This is an enormous task. Yeah, let's do this. Make it happen.
Was any bit a bit daunting based on what we said, other than the time?
For me, the timeline's very short. As like the bigger parties running with up to £420,000 of potential input, it puts independent candidates in a disadvantage straight away.
Yeah.
Because even though the upper limit is 420,000, that's a lot of influence and a lot of extra pressure to build that capital as well. Felt quite unfair.
It is unfair. So I think the £10,000 you have to pay is a barrier. The additional £10,000 you need for the brochure is a barrier. The signatures is another barrier. Yes, I get that it's the Mayor of London and you shouldn't be able to just throw your hat into the ring willy-nilly, but it also means that if you are disaffected by the main parties, as an independent, you couldn't do it without means, which means it's totally unequal. And like that bit really does frustrate me. I think they need to find another way of doing it so it is more equal, because it's impossible that all of the parties will represent all of the people all of the time. And people should be allowed to stand as an independent if they want to, and not be barred because of the financial cost, and not be barred because of the accessibility issues.
No, I agree, totally.